Hello everyone. Today I am here with another Ielts lesson. So let's get started. So we have learned about different type of questions that are involved in Ielts listening test. We have learned about the MCQs type, short question answers, labeling a diagram, map, classification. You can find the link of these videos at the top of the screen. Today we are going to discuss matching, table and flowchart completion, sentence completion. So let's begin. So the matching type of questions are different from the other type of question. Here the candidates are required to match a list of items from the listening text to a set of options on the question paper. It assesses the candidate's ability to recognize relationships and connections between the facts in the listening text. Candidates should follow a conversation between the two people. So this type of matching type of question usually assess the ability of a candidate to listen for the details. It assesses whether a candidate can understand information given in a conversation on an everyday topic such as different type of hotel or guest house accommodation. It also assesses the ability to follow a conversation involving interaction between the two people. It may also be used to assess the candidate's ability to recognize the relationship and connection between the facts. The number of questions that are of the matching type varies in different exams, so one cannot tell the exact number of questions. The questions will be in the order you hear them as you hear them in the recording. So if you see that you have missed an answer, don't worry about it. Just make a guess and move on. Most of the time you will not hear the exact word that appear in the options. So you will have to hear a synonym or you have to develop ability to paraphrase them. So here are the tips for doing matching type of questions in the listening module. Check for the synonym. So this is a very important thing and you should check for the synonyms because you will not hear the exact word in the recording. So here for the synonyms, pay attention to it. Synonyms are the words with the similar meanings. So before starting the IELTS test and before the recording starts, so you have some time to read the instructions and you have some time to read the questions. Avail that opportunity, read the question carefully, read the instructions carefully, and identify the keywords. Just underline them or encircle them. The next thing is listen to the details. Listen the audio very carefully for the details. They will trick you, they will dodge you while using different synonyms and paraphrasing, so be careful with that. So let's move toward the example of matching type of question. Here the personality traits are given and the position in the family is given. So you have to match them. So let's read the question. What did findings of previous research claim about the personality traits a child is going to have because of their position in the family? Choose 6 answers from and write the correct letter A to H next to the question 21 to 26. So these are the questions and you have to select the options from this box, and these are the personality traits. So you're going to choose for the eldest child, the middle child, the youngest child, and so on. And these are the personality traits. So the options are more, and you have to select only 6 among them. So be careful, listen to the audio carefully, underline the keywords before the audio plays. So underline the keywords here and here. You will not hear these words, you will hear synonym for these words. So pay attention to synonyms. So the next type of questions are table and flowchart completion. Here the candidates are required to fill in the gaps. The candidates may have to select their answers from a list on the question paper. So a list is given on a question paper and you have to select the answer. Or identify the missing words from the recording which fits into form or notes, etc. In this case, they should keep to the word limit as stated in the instructions. Candidates do not have to change the words from the recording in any way. So stick to the word that you hear in the recording. So in these type of question, a table is usually used to summarize the information which relates to clear categories such as place, time, or price. And a flowchart is used to summarize a process which has clear stages. So usually there are directions with arrows that are provided in a flowchart. So this is all about the table and flowchart completion. Stick to the word limit. For example, if you are given instructions that no more than 2 words and or a number, so you have to follow that. The candidates are penalized for writing more than the stated words. And candidates should check their word limit carefully for each task. The contracted words and hyphenated words should be avoided. Let's move to tips. So here are some tips for the flowchart completion or table completion type of questions. So the first one is listen for the detailed and specific information. Here you have to pay attention to both the detail and specific information. Number 2 is read the instruction carefully. So you are provided a question paper and you have some time to read the instruction and questions. So avail that opportunity, read the instruction very carefully. You need to underline the instruction, and no more than 2 words or 3 words. You need to underline these type of instructions. So remember the instructions. After getting know the instructions, you need to move towards the questions. Read the question very carefully. Don't miss any word and underline the keywords. So there are certain keywords. I have shown uh, the method in the previous videos about underlining the keywords. So you need to underline the keywords. Then look for the synonyms. You need to do work on synonyms because it's very important, and you need to practice them. You need to know a lot about the synonyms because these are important for the Ielts listening. So questions are in the same order as the audio recording. Use the exact word you hear in the recording. So don't ever use any word from your own perspective. Just use that word that you listen in the recording. So stick to that. This type of task usually focuses on the main point which a listener would naturally record in this type of situation. So here is an example of a table. So here is question number 17 to 20. I have taken this example from the Cambridge Ielts books. These are the official books of the Ielts. So you can find them in those books. So let's discuss this table. complete the table below. Write no more than 2 words or a number for the each answer. So if you are given no more than 2 words, so you can write 1 word, you can write 2 words, but not more than 2 words. And you can write a number with these 2 words, or a number. You have an option, maybe you have to add a number, maybe you do not have to add a number. So 2 words and one number for the each answer. It's not necessary, it's a limit, no more than. You cannot use 3 words or 2 numbers. You just have to use one number and 2 words maximum. Okay, so this is a table, and this all about the play, the date, starting time, ticket available, and prices. And you need to hear the recording, and then you will have to fill these gaps. So example number 2 is about the flow chart. So choose the 5 answers from the box and write the correct answer A to H next to the questions. Okay, so these are the stages. These are the stages in the experiment. So the directions are given using an arrow, and the arrows are provided at each step. So you need to focus on it, that like the flowchart is in that direction. You have to select the words. You have to select, basically you have to select the letters, not the words. So don't ever make mistake that you use like select seeds of different. Maybe the answer is weight, so don't use weight over here. You have to use a letter C. You have to write a letter C on your answer sheet. So pay attention to these type of instructions, and when you will hear the recording, so you will not hear the exact words like weight or types. You can hear kinds and a soil, a color. You can hear different words like synonyms for these words. So look for the synonym. You can predict it before the audio start. You can predict like something like select the seed of different weight and sizes. It may be weight or it may be types. So when you hear the recording, be careful because you have predicted. It may be weight, it may be types. So pay attention to it, and then it will be easier if you do prediction, a little bit prediction before starting to find your answer. Let's move towards the next and the last question type, and that is sentence completion. So here, as the name shows, you have to complete a sentence. So the candidates have to complete a gap in each sentence using information from the listening text. A word limit is given. For example, no more than 1 word and or a number. Candidates are penalized for writing more than the stated numbers of words. So if you are given the limit, so you should follow the limit. You should not go beyond it. You can write 1 word if the instruction says write no more than 2 words. So you can write 1 word, you can write 2 words, but not 3. And if you write 3 or 4 words, so you should be penalized for writing 3 or 4 words, like more than the stated number of words. So pay attention to this thing. The next thing is contracted words will not be tested. So avoid contractions, avoid hyphenated words, because if you use the hyphenated words, so the word would be 2 words would be counted as a single word. So don't make these silly mistakes. Be perfect with your grammar, with your plurals, and with your spellings. Don't mess up these things. Let's move toward the tips. So identify the keywords in the question. I believe this point is for every type of question. Before starting your before the audio starts, you need to underline the keywords. It's for your ease because you will get an idea about the question. The next thing is identify key information in an audio. Use the exact words you hear in the recording. Keep to the word limit as stated in the instruction. So these were the few tips for sentence completion type of question. So here is an example. Write no more than 3 words and or a number for the each answer. So these are the modular courses, and you will be given some time to read the instructions and to read the question. So read the question, underline the keywords like student study dash during each module. So study and during module. So what study? You have a question mark over here. The next thing is a module take dash and the work is very dash. So I can predict that a module take time and the work is very hard. It's my prediction. Might be there is something else in these gaps. So you can predict a little bit because it will help you out. So that's all for today. Hope you liked the video. Like and subscribe.